Hello. I fly out tomorrow. Yay. Anyway, I have a friend who's having a rough time in their life at the moment, and they asked me to do a video on dealing with pain. And it's not a bad idea. I think a lot of people are dealing with pain right now. I mean, I have a lot of friends who are going through different rough times. Um, I don't know anybody who's got a great life who hasn't gone through a rough time or going through one currently. I mean, you only have those perfect lives on TV, right? Where you have the great parents and your biggest fear is going to school with a zit. Jeez, I'm almost 23 and I still get zits. Not really a big deal at this point. Well, I've gone through some things in my life as well. I'm not going to go into details on YouTube. If you know me personally, I've probably talked to you about it at some point. But when you're going through a rough time, whether it be a house burning, losing a loved one, abuse that's happened to you of some sort, the worst thing to hear, I think, is it's going to be okay. Because at that moment in your life, it's not okay. You know, it's not okay if somebody's hurt you, or you've lost someone, or your house just, you wake up and it's gone, you know. These things that happen, they're not okay. And they're not going to be okay, you know. You find ways to deal with them, and that's how it is, you know. Like, when I had a rough time in my life, I had a few different things that helped me. One of the things that helped me was writing it down in a diary, you know, because I felt isolated at the time. It seemed like I couldn't talk to anybody and they would get me, you know. It was like, it was also bottled up in here and here, and I couldn't communicate how I felt because it was just so much. It was overwhelming. I found if I wrote it down in a diary, I wasn't explaining it to anybody else, and nobody else needed to understand it. It was just for me. And once I got it out of my head, it was so much easier to think again, you know, for a while. I mean, it'd get clogged up again, but it would give me a while, you know, to clear my head. I like to draw too, so I could draw out some of my, you know, my anger and my pain at the moment. That helped. I have a friend, she lost her father, and what she did is she had this fear that she was going to forget him because we were young back then. So she made a book, and she wrote down all of her memories she had with her dad. You know, she wrote down all of her favorite times she had with him, and she put a few things in there, uh, like a piece of cutting from one of his shirts. You know, one of those old shirts with the holes in it that no one's going to save anyway. You know, she'd cut out a piece of it and put it in there, and little things, you know, she fed some pictures she put in it, and sayings, things that he said that she didn't want to forget later. Things that make her smile, you know, like the way he'd pick her up or something. And she'd show me this book every day. She'd say, I remember this, and I put it in. And it gave her some joy because she was finding her own way to honor him and keep him alive in her memories for when she had kids later on when she was grown. I thought that was beautiful. That was a great thing to do, you know, to try to take something that hurts and find ways to not let it keep you down, you know. Her dad was gone. There was nothing anybody could say to bring him back. There was nothing anybody could do to make it okay, but she found a way to cope at the time, you know. When bad things happen, you can't make them better, but you can find ways to move on. You know, your life isn't over. Something bad happens, and there are going to be joys again, you know. You're going to have your crushes still. You're going to have whatever makes you happy, you know, your new CD that, you know, your favorite artist has made, and these joys will matter again after the cold has gone. You know, once you get past, it's going to be normal again, but it'll take time. And the most thing that you can do is accept that it takes time and give yourself the time. If you're getting stressed out, if you've got too much on your plate and you're trying to help out everybody else and you need time, people will understand. Just say, I need a minute, I'm going for a walk, you know? Just whatever you need. You know, you go out, just clear your head. And your friends, they may not, it may feel like they don't want to listen, that they're not caring, but that's not really true. If they're really your friends, the problem they're having right now, they don't know what to say. Something's bad happened, they care about you, and they can't help. If you want to clear that, the best thing to do is just say, I don't want you to do anything, I just want you to listen. When they've got that face that says, I am so sorry. You know, that face. You know the face. People make it, and they don't mean to, but they don't know what else to do. Just let them know, I know you can't do anything, and I know it's hard to listen, but I just need to talk. You know, if you want to talk about it, talk about it. If you get all bottled up and you want to cry, cry. It's fine. It's normal. And you're not alone. Bad things happen to so many people all over the world. And I remember hearing when I had something bad happen saying, you're not alone, you know. And they told me, isn't it so nice to hear you're not alone? And I thought, no, it's not. I hurt. It doesn't help knowing other people hurt too. That didn't really help me. It was just kind of a sad thought to think that other people were going through the same thing. And hearing that, you know, thinking that I was alone kind of made it seem like I was special. You know, I was like holding this pain. Nobody else had to feel it, you know. But they do. They do have to feel it. Other people have the same kind of problems. That's not great. But you take your time, you take one day at a time, you know. You do what you do to move on. You draw, you write, you cry, you go for your walks, talk to people. Just don't hold it all inside. Don't let it bottle up, because if you let it bottle up, you're probably going to just get mad randomly. And anger's not really an emotion, actually. It's a secondary emotion. People are mad normally because they're hurt. You know, people, you watch anybody who's mad, they're mad because they're hurt, or lonely, or sad. There's some feeling they don't want to feel, and they just put anger over it because they don't want to feel that. And anger is so much easier to deal with. You know, you see those bullies at school because their parents pick on them at home. Or, you know, those people, and they get mad at their coworkers because their husband's mean to them at home, or their wife's mean to them at home, whatever. You know, so you just take each day and find things, find the good things, you know, like if you've lost a loved one. I thought my friend's idea of making that book was great, you know, or if you've lost your house, write down memories you've had in that house, or if you were able to save anything, you know, like the numbers maybe you had hanging outside, the metal numbers, you know, the 1, 2, 3, or whatever your numbers were, you save that in a little box. And then realize you're moving on, you're moving forward in life, because even though life may feel like it's standing still, it's not. And there are going to be so many more great things in your life that are going to happen. The sun will rise again. And knowing that may not help today, but when you're ready to notice the sun again, and when you're ready to feel happy again, the world will still be there. And your friends will too. You know, so don't give up on yourself, and don't give up on the world. Just take time for yourself. And that's the only thing I can say about dealing with pain, really, is to take care of yourself. And I hope this was able to help anybody who is dealing with things like that. You know, be honest with yourself. And remember, the people who care about you do care. You just have to give them a chance. Alright, this is Pim saying Bye bye everybody, and I am off to Holland in the morning, so if I am not online much in the next whatever, I am not avoiding you. I swear I'm not avoiding you. And there are a few people who have told me if I don't email them, they'll be very cross with me. So, those people will get emails, and I will try to be posting on Facebook and my normal, So I hope everybody is doing well out there, and bye. If you have any other great tips, ideas to help other people who are going through a rough time, leave a comment so they can read it. Bye everyone. Where's the button? There it is.